I love Corona. Please wash right now. Make sure you wash your goddamn hands. Make sure you don't go out because of Corona. Oh, this is Tim's favorite part. It's picking up right now. This is the part where you get on the club. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah! Welcome to the Think Different Podcast, episode 36. Here, wait. Go around. Yeah, this is now what? Week 3 that we have not been quarantined at home. And we are here, of course, still doing the Think Different Podcast for you fans. We want to thank you for supporting us. And I know that a lot of people aren't traveling right now. So, of course, people probably have been listening to a lot of their podcasts lately. But don't worry. You can come back and relive the memories of what is known as COVID-19 here with me and Vacation Tim. So thank you for joining us today. We have a lot of stuff to get into, a lot of great articles. We want to thank Chris for joining us the last couple weeks, but we thought we'd give him some, time with the wife,
Yeah, give him a break,
Give him a break, And we wanted to have just back to me and Tim, and Tim's got something really cute that he lined up for me today. Hey, Tim, I have a question. Is there any reason we could say penis on the broadcast?
Any reason we can't say penis, or...
Can we say penis?
I don't think so.
Well, I just did. Everybody, speaking of penises, Vacation Tim's here. Everybody, say hello to Vacation Tim.
I don't get how that correlates.
I do. You're a man. You're a man, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that according to you. Tim, I have to ask you, I know you aren't allowed to go out this week, but you know what? You can still order things from Amazon. We need to know what's new in your house this week.
What's new in my house this week? Other than all the toilet paper.
You stole all the paper? You're the one.
No, I actually didn't buy anything new for my house this week because we've been quarantined.
Yeah, good man. See that?
Oh, wait. I guess
mind.
It's not for my house, but I went to GameStop with my brother because he wanted to get Animal Crossing, and then I bought MLB The Show.
MLB The Show?
Yeah, Major League Baseball.
Yeah, thank you. What does that mean, show?
The show. It's just like
watching baseball?
No, it's like a baseball
show?
game. No, it's like a baseball game.
Okay.
And, it could be the Yankees. I bought the 2018 version only because Aaron Judge was on in front of it, and it was $10. So.
Well, thank you for following the president and the entire New Jersey order to stay home, Tim. You are completely spreading the virus out.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, yeah, I guess I went out after. Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, well, we went shopping all week. We have 3 weeks of food. So if anything goes wrong, we have the food in the house. And
Arby's, we have the meat.
Yeah, no, they definitely. You don't want to be touching that meat right now. Not at all. But we want to thank you for joining us on all of our platforms. We want to make sure you are leaving us 5-star reviews. Heck, I'm surprised people are still listening to us. It's amazing.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. Thanks for inputting there. All right. So we have a couple of things to get to. We do have some articles, and we actually do have another thing we're going to talk about besides some of the articles about this week. We actually are going to talk about Apple's temporary retail closure procedure. So it's kind of like a Q&A, a little bit about what to expect right now when it comes to the Apple Store. So, now that we have that taken care of, Tim, it's time.
It's time.
It's time for the
news. All right. Apple acknowledges personal hotspot issues affecting some iOS 13 and iPad OS 13 users. So some may be experiencing issues such as unable to connect to their personal hotspot or experiencing frequent disconnection from one. Customers may also experience general issues with data performance. These service providers have been recommended to just, turn it off and turn it back on. And that will hopefully fix the issue. But they're trying to see if this can get reported enough to fix it in the next update, which we're going to talk about a little bit later, that came out earlier this week, and it was not included within that update. Yeah. Have you had any problems with the personal hotspot?
So I do use the personal hotspot, but I don't find, like, it's always in the spots where I know the signal's bad. So I can't really say I've experienced it. But it is noticeable that I usually try another phone's signal. That one seems to work a little bit better than on my phone, but that also could be because of my provider. So I haven't really noticed too much about the service issues, but apparently people are mad about this, I guess.
Yeah, enough people are. I mean, I imagine a lot of travelers who probably use the personal hotspot were probably pretty PO'd about it.
The good thing is no one's traveling, so that's a good thing. So we don't have to worry about it anymore, So unless electricity goes out, we're good.
All right. People who left devices at the Apple stores for repair can't get them until stores reopen.
Ooh.
Yes. So when all the stores closed on Saturday, March 14th, they did stay open for a few days after that to allow customers to pick up their devices, either that they ordered for in-store pickup or that were in-store for the repair. However, there was multiple communication to the customers that their items were ready to be picked up, and there was only going to be a certain window you can pick them up at. Right now, you cannot pick up your device at an Apple store if it's locked in the store until further notice. Apple had plans to originally reopen on March 27th, but then they haven't updated on their website a specific timeline. That's kind of interesting, Will. We're going to dive more into this later when we talk about the FAQs for this temporary retail store closing. But it's definitely something that I'd be PO'd about.
Well, interesting enough, because it sounds like the family room had to go in for a couple of days while I would say it looks like the retail staff was not there or the sales staff wasn't, based on this information here, because they said they opened a few extra days to allow their customers to pick it up. So my guess is that maybe the retail side stopped, but not the repair side. At least in my opinion, that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, so it looked like when it actually closed, yeah. But then now it's.
So I think it'd be interesting. Like, imagine you're away on vacation for a week, and then you come back, and then you just can't get into your store and pick up your stuff. You're basically forced to buy something new until that's ready.
Yeah, and this is also interesting. Let's say the either Mac or the iPhone was in the middle of a repair. And even when the store opens back up, you still have to wait the time for the Mac or the iPhone to be repaired to pick it up. So Apple is highly encouraging, until you receive that your product is ready for pickup, phone call, and email, do not come into the store.
It'd be kind of weird if somebody left an iPhone.
Well, like for a pickup,
Yeah, okay, yeah. But okay, sure.
Or if they had to send it out. Had to get sent out to Depot.
Yeah, and I wonder how they're doing that, because you remember the systems. It was not very easy to go a Depot to store and switch to a Depot to customer. Was there a way to do that pretty easily? Do you recall?
You had to call Apple support.
Right. So there you go.
Yeah, we'll go over that in FAQs because they do cover that.
Mm-hmm.
And here is the big news for the week: a new iOS update has dropped. A new iPad update has dropped. These are the largest updates that's happened for the past couple months now. It has brought pretty cool new features to the iOS device and the iPadOS device. The first one I'm going to hint on, for iPadOS specifically, they now have support for your trackpad or mouse. So that's pretty cool. We know that the new trackpad's coming out later on in this year, but now they have updated information where you can now use your Magic Mouse, Magic Mouse 2, Magic Trackpad, Magic Trackpad 2, third-party USB, Bluetooth mouse options, any of the multi-touch gestures that you can use with the new Magic Keyboard and Magic Trackpad 2 can work with your iPad.
Ooh.
It's pretty cool.
See, Tim, it's becoming more and more like a computer, Tim.
I love it. I love to hear it. As for a new update to the iOS, a lot of people apparently complained about this, and you finally won. In the Mail app, they have added more icons
they brought
in the
back,
toolbar.
No. They brought back icons. Do not defend that. They brought back the
I didn't know
icons.
I didn't know they left. I apologize.
Yes.
So as of right now, you probably know if you use the Mail app, The delete button and the reply to button is right next to each other. So a lot of people are complaining that I accidentally hit the delete button and I can't get my message. It's I gotta go through a workaround to get my message back into the inbox and whatnot. So now they have added the delete button all the way to the left, the reply button in the middle. They've added a folders button between them, and then a compose a new message button on the right.
Thank God.
So that's pretty cool.
iCloud folder sharing was my favorite thing for this release, because right now you can only share files, not folders, like Dropbox. Now they included folder sharing. Thank God for that.
And does that have third-party support as well with third-party apps? I see in their picture here there's like Opera Touch, Tweetbot.
Well, it's telling you how you want people to view the folders.
Folder. Okay.
So it's no different how Dropbox works. So people have options to edit, download a folder now. So it's really nice to have the folder feature, because it was annoying doing one file at a time, which is one of the reasons why I was using Google Drive, by the way, was for this reason.
Right.
And now that I have this feature back, I might switch back to doing iCloud sharing a little more.
Yeah, if people remember, this feature was introduced in WWDC last year as part of the update to iOS 13, but we haven't seen it until today. Yeah, it's a little late on that. Another feature is new Memojis and Animoji stickers.
Yeah, they do the DX as one of the emojis.
Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah, exactly. I like the birthday one.
Break it down.
And they have one where you're typing on a Mac, which is pretty cool.
Is that a Windows? Oh, no. Okay. I'm joking. And they would never do that.
And then there's new settings to the TV app that will allow you to turn off automatic streaming and downloading over Wi-Fi, just in case you don't have unlimited streaming plans on your cellular plans. They updated the URL bar. So now when you click in it, it won't automatically highlight the URL. It's now just going to be an extra tap for it to deselect. It's pretty interesting. And you could just, where before it's just one tap and it could be edited, but now you got a double tap to edit it. So that's kind of an interesting update. There's hints of a new car key API that was found in the iOS 13.4 update, which will allow an iPhone to be used to lock, unlock, and start a car that has NFC capabilities. We haven't seen anything of yet. Apple really hasn't announced this specific feature, but it's something that they could announce with iOS 14. And we've heard BMW is one of the first partners to do so.
They could roll out. Roll out.
I like that.
Yeah. My money. Ludicrous. Look it up. Ladies and gentlemen, this commercial break has been brought to you by Maverick.
Okay. Then there's a bunch of bug fixes, such as the camera viewfinder to appear as a black screen. The issue that photos appear to use too much storage. I don't know why people are complaining about it. I guess a lot of people are complaining about that in a sense. There's a new CarPlay update. I love CarPlay updates whenever they happen.
Yeah, because I don't care. I don't have anything with that.
CarPlay is amazing. There's now third-party navigation support for the dashboard. So if anybody knows, the dashboard is a new part of the update with the iOS 13, where you can now have like multiple apps on one screen working at once. So now you can actually have Google Maps, Waze in there. Before it was just defaulted to Apple Maps, and that's the only one you could use. And then now you can also have your phone application, and if you're on a phone call, actually show up in that dashboard as well. So that's pretty cool.
Ooh. Good, man. I can't wait for you to try that and talk about it.
Yeah, man. Get a new car.
You think right now the best idea is to buy a new car. You are out of your damn mind. Like, I don't even want to buy anything on Amazon. That's how bad this is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's terrible. So, with the coronavirus affecting everybody, it also affected a ton of business. And like I said, we have been lucky right now that we are working, where a lot of people are not. But if you're an Apple Store employee, you're very happy right now, because not only are you off, but you are getting paid and you don't have to do anything.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So
It's like a free vacation.
it is a free vacation.
Paid free vacation.
Paid free vacation. But you're not getting any of that Trump money. But let's talk about the temporary store closure. So this is a FAQ. So if you're interested in going to the Apple Store, well, don't do that at all. Let's talk about what is going on. So the first question is my local Apple Store closed and when will it reopen? Well, we already know the answer to that. We know they're not open. But for service and support, you go to support.apple.com or call the number. I'm not going to mention the number. You can look it up. For purchases with fast and free delivery, shop apple.com. That is such a corporate line.
Yeah, I like that.
Like please check apple.com retail for all the latest store operating hours. That is definitely such a corporate response. You want to read the second one?
I want to return a product I recently purchased, but the 14-day return period will end during the retail store closure. What should I do?
Well, don't worry, because we accept your return up to 14 days after we reopen.
What does it exclude?
A bunch of stuff. Read the stuff. Don't worry about it. Nothing in the U.S. That's all that matters. But that's a long return policy right now. You're probably looking at like a month or two.
Yeah, it's almost like the holiday return policy.
Yes, it is. It's exactly like that.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, you're welcome, son.
My device is at an Apple Store for repair. When can I get it?
Well, you selfish vacation Tim, we want to you will be able to collect your device once the Apple Store reopens. If your repair is not yet complete, we may need additional time after we reopen. You will be contacted when your device is ready, so please acknowledge online and assure that.
Yes, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
What's the status of my repair?
You can check the status online at apple.com/whatever. So there is a support website, support.apple.com/repair if you want to check the status of your repair.
I need to get my device repaired. How can I do that if the retail store is closed?
Well, you dumb idiot, we already told you the store is not open, so you get to go to apple.com/support. Now, one thing I will point out, if you're going to the support page, scroll down, forget all the crap that's on the top, and go right down to the section that says, tell us how we can help. And if you click on the Get Support button, it will ask you a bunch of questions regarding your problem. You will need to know your Apple ID in order to move forward, and that way they can find who you are. So they need as much information as they can before moving into any kind of conversation with you.
I scheduled a Genius Bar appointment before March 27th. Will you be open for that?
We will not host Genius Bar appointments before we reopen. You can schedule your appointment and get self-help at apple.com/support. Wow, what a shocker.
Yeah, right. I placed an order online and had it shipped to the Apple Store. Can I make changes?
Yes. Please visit apple.com/order status to view the status of your order and make changes. How's that going to work for a custom product?
Yeah.
Well, if someone
they're probably going to say, hey, you got to really wait.
Well, you got to go into we got to get a manager into the Apple Store. They're going to ship the status out differently. I wonder if that works for custom orders. Although I think they would have said something in there, but they didn't. So maybe they are going to just have a bunch of, pre-staged machines that are just, I
mean, I guess they could technically build their machine again and then just tell the Apple Store that they ordered it to.
I sure hope it wasn't a Mac Pro.
Send it back. Yeah, man, I know, right?
Yeah, so right now, it's probably best not to buy anything. I mean, that's just, if you have to get a repair done, that's one thing. You have to call Apple support and work with them. Absolutely. You have to go down that route. But right now, as far as buying something, I don't think, they did release some new products last week with the iPad Pro, but beyond that, they didn't really announce a lot of things. So I would say don't rush into anything yet.
And they still deliver. And you're going to be home to sign for it anyway. So if you did want to buy a new product, just automatically get delivered. They do personal setup online as well. If you need help with setup.
Yep, you'll have the support that you always had in the store. And in fact, you probably get longer amount of time if you do the over the phone support, which really isn't support because eventually they just train you. So that's really what it is. The personal setup experience.
But this can be found on apple.com.
Tim, you had a challenge for me today.
Okay, so here we go. Let me give you a little backstory.
All right. I love backstories.
My boss calls me. For some reason I was on the call or something, and I didn't get his call come through. So he tried to leave me a voicemail, but it said my voicemail box is full. I was like, that's weird. My voicemail box is not full. So he texted me saying, dude, your voicemail box is full. Let me call me when you can. So I call him, whatnot. And I said, that's weird. My voicemail box isn't full. He's like, all right, whatever. And then we talk. I go after. I look on my phone, and all of a sudden, my voicemails are gone. And it just says call voicemail. Like, there's no, like where it says, like, oh, you got 37 voicemails, blah, blah, blah. Delete here, read the transcription. How typically you would read it or answer a voicemail. I was like, this is weird. So I hit call voicemail. So then it did the dial tone, like, star 86. And it said I had 42 pending voicemails. I was like, what the heck is this? I was like, this is weird. I went through one by one, voicemail. I've been missing voicemails since last August.
Whoa.
And I haven't noticed I've been missing voicemails. And now my voicemail box is full. So I'm going through one by one, deleting the ones I can, updating the ones that I know I could delete, stuff like that. But now I've cleared my voicemail box, so now someone can leave me a voicemail. But why can't I check my voicemail on my iPhone, Will? It just says call voicemail. You know what I'm describing, right? Like when you're in the phone app, you go all the way to the right, and it says voicemail. Typically, you can hit greeting at the top. My greeting isn't there. Nothing's there. What's going on, man?
So I will have to ask a question, sir. Have you restarted your phone?
I restarted it. I hard restarted it. I closed the app. Someone online said to try airplane mode. I tried that and turned it back on. Still nothing.
Here's what I would do. If I was in the store right now, I would be taking your SIM card and moving it into a known good phone and see if a known good phone is causing the same problems. Because that could basically prove that everything's working on the SIM, like, doesn't make a difference. You're having a software issue, my man. I have a feeling. Because there's no way you could test that. You don't have an extra iPhone in your house, right?
No, just my girlfriend's phone, right. But I'm not going to put my SIM card in hers.
Oh, my God. Don't be a poopy cock.
Yeah, I mean, I can update to the new iOS that just came out. I mean, I could definitely do that and see if the software is fixed.
Yep.
But, I don't want to do that,
If that was my phone, I would be going to... exactly kind of the same order that we do. So they're inside your iPhone. If you go to General and you go all the way down the bottom, there's a reset. There's a bunch of resets in your device. There's reset network settings, reset all settings, and erase all content and settings. And I hope you don't have to go down that route. But resetting network settings is probably where I would start. I would then go to erase all settings. So yes, likely your greeting will be gone. And then erase would be the biggest thing you have to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that after I update it. And just to fill you guys in, listeners in, I am on a Apple support chat. That's why I've been going. My audio has been stopped back and forth because I'm trying to connect with them as well. I do have to tell you, it took they said it would take 5 minutes to connect with them, but it took about 10 to 15 minutes to get on with them. That's why I didn't want to lose them. And they're basically describing what Will is describing. Update your software if you have a software update, and then refresh that after the software update. That should correct any glitches and bugs. Then I said, what if the software update doesn't fix it? The Apple support agent said, if that does not correct the issue, we can restore your iPhone through iTunes to see if that corrects the issue. And that does not correct the issue, that you will need to have your iPhone repaired. You also want to connect your wireless carrier to ensure voicemail is activated. I've already checked with my wireless carrier. That was the first step I went to. They also, another thing, Verizon's chat was not available. It said not available at this time, which I thought they were available 24 hours. So they weren't available to help me. I checked that my voicemail was fine. And yeah, I'm stuck. I don't like being stuck.
Oh, poor baby. But yeah, if I was in your shoes right now, I would reset the network settings, go to reset all settings, and then you have to do the erase. You have no choice. Because visual voicemail, I believe, is a software piece. That's why I believe if I moved your SIM card over to another phone, that phone would just work normally.
Yeah. You think?
I think so.
So is visual voicemail attached to the software, not to the SIM card, though?
So the voicemails are attached to the SIM, but the actual software element of it working is one other thing. Because at that point, that's why trying it on a different phone is a great way to isolate if it's a SIM problem or it's a problem with your carrier, because then it would just translate over to another phone. If it translates over to another phone, then you have something going on with your carrier. But if it doesn't, then you know for sure it has something to do with your phone.
Yeah.
Do you have a warranty on it?
The phone itself?
Yep.
No, the 2 years is up.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, anytime someone's come in about this issue, I have never swapped the phone out, at least not for this reason.
Yeah, I wouldn't even think of that.
And if I did, I'd be wrong, and I'd only be doing it to shut somebody up.
Right.
So
you're suggesting reset all network settings, reset all my other settings, and then, if possible, after updating my software, erase all.
Yeah, the worst part, too, is that if you erase your phone and you restore from your backup, of course, the worry is that the problem might come back.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
Yeah, the voice. What is it again?
Visual voicemail.
The visual voicemail may not come back. Back. Well, I'm sure we're all intrigued to find out what Tim's going to do next week regarding this incredible issue that has painfully made him call Apple support.
Yeah, I know. I'll be honest with you guys, because I worked at the Apple Store. I have friends that worked at the Apple Store, especially geniuses like Will here.
That's me.
I never really had to go through the support channel because I don't want to do it, because I have other resources to do so. But yeah, I'm leveraging what they have, what they offer, and so far they haven't been very helpful, unfortunately. But I know this is a secure case.
Interesting. You don't think they're being very helpful right now?
I mean, they're just telling me things I've already known,
Well, but did you tell them you're a former employee?
No, not yet.
Yeah, well, then they don't know.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to tell them, but...
All right, well, then, there you go. Because a lot of times, when they start getting into the spiel, I'm like, listen, I was a Genius technician. I know the hoopla, how it works. Trust me, when I say I did everything, I did everything.
Yeah, I mean, whenever I visit a physical store, like, I know when I... because I'm such a wonderful boyfriend. My girlfriend cracked her screen. I was off for the day, so I went to her school. I picked up her iPhone. I took the iPhone to the Freehold Apple Store. I made an appointment. I walked in, got the phone repaired, shopped around for 40 minutes, came back, picked it up. But he tried to do the whole spiel on me. I was like, hey, listen, man, I used to work at the Apple Store. I was a former Genius admin. What's your role? You talk to me about you. Do you like Apple? Blah, blah. You can just do all this stuff while we're talking.
Right. You talking about the Think Different podcast?
At the time, we didn't have the podcast.
Well, you know what? The next time that you crack your screen, do it soon. Go to an Apple store and promote the Think Different podcast.
But I'll definitely keep you guys updated.
All right. Well, while we're waiting for that, but this is the end of the week. Kind of a short week, not too much news going on. We wanted to keep you up to date about what's going on the retail side of things. And, hey, Tim, we're still kicking and rolling, even though we have this virus thing going on. It's definitely affecting people's lives. I can tell you, like, in my own family, it's come to the point now where some of my family members are being affected by this, which is really, really sucky. Hopefully they'll pass something that'll just get some money into people's hands because, the biggest thing is also if a lot of companies need to be supporting us. Companies that we owe loans to, credit cards to, some of them are not letting up.
I was telling my girlfriend the other day, my student loan company still hadn't charged me, and it was like Tuesday, and I was like, they usually charge me on the 15th of the month, and it was, past that. And I was like, what's going on? Like, are they just giving me a free pass for the month? This is awesome. and then the next day they charged me.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome.
Other than, right now, credit cards, I don't think you're going to be able to kind of put a hold on them. I think some of them, like Chase has helped us. They're going to let us skip 1 month payment for no problem. So there are some out there that are working. Amex is not, at least the last time I spoke to them. But it's a little crazy. Do you think, now the rumor is, right, they want to give what, $1,500 a person?
That's $1,500 to $2,000, yeah.
Okay, do you think that's fair?
No.
You think they owe more?
So wait, let me just get this correct. It's to any taxpayer, right? They'll get this, $1,500 check in a sense.
I'm sure there's got to be some kind of rules about you already working.
Right. That's what?
Well, here's the thing.
That's not even two months worth. In some cases, maybe a month's worth of pay.
Well,
for some people,
it's important to say, people, you have to have an emergency fund hooked up. You have to pay your dues on time. You have the goal is to eventually get to down to where all you have is a mortgage and nothing else, and that's like the goal to get to.
That'd be nice.
Right. And you know what? Like I tell everybody, this pandemic, for those users that are still working, are going to help them save money because no one's going out. You're staying home all the time. Maybe you're buying a little more food than you normally do. Maybe you are going out and maybe you're ordering out every day. I mean, God bless you if you're doing that, but maybe you'll have a cheat meal once in a while. But you'll save a lot of money because of this virus.
Yeah, did you see Costco is not accepting returns?
Yeah,
for
that's happening
all
a
the
lot.
product.
Yeah, it's happening a lot. I mean, there was that big major story I signed a petition for where somebody had bought a ton of toilet paper from BJ's, and then a petition went around online about banning those people and arresting them, which apparently there is something going on with that. But that's crazy.
That is crazy.
This world we live in, folks, it is changing, but you know what? A lot of things are going to change because of this.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I know for my industry, specifically in the dental industry, my company offers a teledentistry platform, kind of like a telehealth platform, and we're getting calls. I have a call every half hour this entire week so far, saying, hey, it finally took a pandemic for me to realize I need a teledentistry solution for my office. So it's really going to be changing the world. Yeah.
And great for those computer companies that made a lot of money right now, like Dell and Apple. Apple probably made some money off of this because people need stuff to work at home with.
Yep.
Well, we want to thank you guys for joining us for the Think Different podcast episode. Again, leave us a 5-star review on any platform that we are at, including Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Google, Pandora, everywhere. We are everywhere. There's not one platform we are not on. Check us out. And you can also add us on all social media at Think Different Podcast on Instagram and on Facebook. And Think Different Pod. No, I'm lying. That's and Think Diff Pod on the Twitter.
There you go.
Yeah, and I'm still waiting for Tim to make the logo changes.
I'm trying. I'm busy, but we'll get there.
There's nothing to do on the weekend, Tim. Busy.
That's true. I don't even know what I did this weekend. I went to GameStop.
You're not supposed to be going anywhere, Tim. You were supposed to make a brand new logo for us. God damn it. This weekend, Vacation Tim is not on vacation. You are sitting home. You're going to work on a bunch of logo designs, and we are going to publish it because we are... No, not we. I am not going to stop bugging you until you do it.
All right. I'll get it done.
Now, I'm going to make a promise. This is a promise. Man to man. Man to Chris.
That I'm going to do it?
Yes.
Wait, who's Chris?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right. All right, everybody. We'll look forward to the new logo soon. Take care, everybody. Have a great week. And make sure you get some good sleep.
Peace out.